Vsauce, I'm Jake.
I'm Kevin.
And I am Michael.
And it has been almost a year since we've all been together.
Which is different than a Lightyear.com, a beautiful website that allows you to see what it would be like to travel at the speed of light through the universe for a year.
Or you could travel through space in an 8-bit version of the Star Trek Enterprise and explore the ship in Pixel Trek.
So how many dongs do you have, Jake?
I have 28 dongs, Michael. Just for you.
Things you can do online now, guys.
If you've ever suddenly needed some Cricut score sheets but didn't have any on hand, good news, you can print some out at Printable Paper. The site has templates for comic pages, a variety of graph paper, hangman layouts, and most importantly, College Ruled, which will come in handy during your studies at Hogwarts. Once enrolling, you can take classes on astronomy or Defense Against the Dark Arts. You can even go to Hogwarts Library and read about the history of magic. If that isn't stimulating enough, try these cryptorhythms. Challenging mathematical puzzles where the numbers are displayed as letters, leaving you to figure out what the value of each one is. If you get stuck, you can always use this list of the first 10,000 prime numbers. After conquering the field of mathematics, try learning some languages with digital dialects. There are 70 to choose from, so you can brush up on your Japanese, because Japanese is cool. Now that all your homework is done, take your final test. The Internet Citizenship Test, that will test your knowledge of the internet from the 1990s. I thought those nightmares of hamster dance would fade away. Never again. But you're going to Hogwarts to become a wizard, not an internet librarian, so use a transfiguration spell and turn someone into an ant. Simulator. Now that I'm an ant, I can no longer use my hands and my articulating fingers and opposable thumbs to do things. Luckily, there is another simulator that will allow me to do my true passion. Baking. However, having hands will be the yeast of your problems because Baking Simulator is dominating. I just want to make bread! If only I could drown in my tears. Fortunately, there is a simulator for that too. Drowning Simulator is intense. It is more like an interactive movie where you have to do constant mouse movements to stay afloat. Try and see if you can last for 1,000 seconds. A game where you hold down a button for 1,000 seconds. While we wait, have you met My Friend Pedro? A Matrix-style action game that has you jumping through the air, slowing down time, and filling villains with lead. But don't worry, because once they die, they go to the emoji zone. Unless they've been particularly evil, in which case they go to notevendoommusic.com. Now, how would you like to go explore some incredible street art using the Google Street Art Project? There are thousands of pieces you can view from all around the world. You might not be able to put your own art on a wall, but you can put it as a wallpaper. Project 330 is a cool tool to create a variety of cover photos and wallpapers. Or for some collaborative art, try Droodle. You can see the progression the work has gone through from different users and then add your own mark. If writing is more your thing, be like Lori Burdett, who showed me the terrible fanfiction idea generator. Night of the Living Dead and Oregon Trail is actually not a bad idea. While on the zombie-filled Oregon Trail, watch out for snakes, which shouldn't be a problem if you're riding singing horses. Get in touch with your music with this interactive album by George and Jonathan, where you can move through the notes of the song. Just be careful where you put your cursor because this tiny gentleman will try and catch it. He probably just wants to feel loved. Loved is a very interesting narrative platformer. You can try and win affection by doing difficult tasks, or break the mold but face the consequences. For something a bit different, try Alz, a short game that beautifully illustrates some of the effects of Alzheimer's. And then get lost in these fractal gears that you can also adjust, or play around with some Bezier curves. Then rise up with the Sun and Moon, a great game that has you literally going through the levels to collect pixel dots and make it to safety without being torn apart by the spinning blades of doom. And of course you'll make it out okay because
every day I'm hustling.
Links to all the dongs can be found in the description below.
Well, I wish that we could stay because good things should never end. .co.uk.
However, there is a new jam, a Just Awesome Music playlist, over on Vsauce, so you can check out some jams while you check out some dongs. Click Kevin's face or Michael's face, or hey, even my face, to start the jam, or there's a link at the top of the description if you're on mobile. And as always, thanks for watching. That was good.
I
Yeah, I think that was good.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We're happy.
It's your thing, man.
I'm always happy when I'm Well, I wish that we could stay because Giggle Pants over here is just so much fun.
Be professional.